Hi Pisces, and welcome to your Retrogrades tarot reading. This tarot reading is to basically bring all the retrogrades that are taking place right now into one reading to help you see what the main focus is of all these retrogrades for you personally in your life, okay? Because retrogrades are all about review and somewhat about the return and the reward of your own energy. So that is what this tarot reading will focus on. I have put a link to your eclipse season reading that I did. If you have not watched that, I highly recommend that you do, as it will very much play into the message that you receive from this reading. I've also listed links for other astrology going on right now, as well as the retrogrades, if you'd like deeper information about it specifically. So Pisces, right now, as I'm recording this video on July 26th, 2018, we have Saturn retrograde in the 10th house. We have Pluto retrograde in the 10th house. We have Neptune retrograde in the 12th house. Mars retrograde in the 11th house, moving back into the 10th house. We have Chiron retrograde in the 1st house, moving back into the 12th house. We have Mercury retrograde in the 5th house. And we have Uranus going retrograde on August 7th in the 2nd house, moving back into the 1st house. So that's 7 different retrogrades that are taking place at this time. And so it's very intense energy along with that eclipse energy. So Saturn is the review of like your life lessons, the cause and effect of your choices and your actions. Pluto is the review of where do you need transformation in your life? Where do you need to transform to grow and for the betterment of yourself? Neptune is a review to break down your illusions and to bring you into ultimate and utter truth about many different things. Mars is a review. What triggers you, Pisces? What pushes your buttons? What makes you really angry? And, where do you need to become more empowered in yourself, in your life? Chiron is the review of what needs to be healed, what is still hanging around inside of you, old wounds that you've swept under the rug that need to be fully healed, released, and let go of. Mercury is the Twilight Zone retrograde, as I like to call it, and it's during that time, it's like so much of the past returns, and to me, that's where do you need balance in your life? What has longevity and what truly needs to be discarded. And then Uranus going retrograde. Uranus has barely just moved into Taurus, and now here it's going retrograde back into that 1st house of Aries. So to me, that's what areas of your life have loose ends and need to be tied up before Uranus moves back into Taurus and stays there for quite some time, which will bring about, big changes for many of us. So basically, that's what this retrograde cycle is about right now. And Mercury will go direct on August 19th, followed by Mars on August 27th, and then Saturn on September 6th, Pluto on October 1st, Neptune on November 25th, and Chiron on December 9th, and then Uranus goes direct on January 7th. So between now and I would say as we go into Virgo and Libra season, things might be, still a bit intense and a little crazy. But as we move through Libra season, things are really going to start settling down, and all these changes that have taken place in our lives are going to start to solidify and take root and prepare us for our journey in 2019, okay? So Pisces, I'm going to pull a card here to see what is this review for Pisces ultimately. To what end is all this retrograde energy beneficial to Pisces? Okay. Oh, well, all right. I was going to pull, and if I would have pulled, we would have got the Hanged Man, but the star had to jump out there, so I feel as though we have the two energies going on with these two cards here. So Pisces, there's great healing, there's wish fulfillment where we have previously been blocked, but this comes about by you shifting your perception about, you know, whatever area of your life this review is really, you know, taking place primarily. Where have you been super blocked? Because all this retrograde energy, if you really dig deep and allow your consciousness to expand and see things from many different perceptions, the situations, experiences, and relationships in your life and what it's teaching you, I feel this blockage goes away, and now like our wish here is coming true. So Pisces, you know, how does that play out for you personally? So let's pull some tarot to look at what is the primary focus of this retrograde review for you, and then where is it leading to if you successfully allow your consciousness to expand and come into new perceptions about your life, your journey, and where you're at and where you're headed, okay? All right, so you're really noticing where you're taken for granted, where you're not given the credit and love and affection and respect and honor that you so deserve when you've given all those things. Like, you're very aware of people taking advantage of you, situations taking advantage of you, participating in relationships or situations that truly do not serve and honor you. Like, you're really seeing that big time. It's just like bam in your face. And look at here, we have the Hanged Man again. Big blockage, because many of these relationships or situations that are taking from you in a very detrimental way, Pisces, it's like you haven't been recognizing it for what it is, and all this retrograde energy is bringing it to the forefront where you can no longer deny it, all right? And the reason why it's hard for you to face it and see it and accept it is because it's with relationships that are very close and near and dear to your heart. Many of you, this might be where you've got to assert yourself and put boundaries with family members, with friends, with lovers, where you're like, no, you've got to give back to me. I can't just keep giving to you. And since this is, you know, a general reading, Pisces, some of you, you're not giving enough love, honor, gratitude, and respect to certain connections in your life to the degree and capacity that they deserve, okay? And all this retrograde energy is really highlighting this for you and showing you where you're blocked, where you're being taken advantage of, and maybe where you've been taking advantage, even if you haven't been intentionally trying to do that, okay? So it's a removage of this blockage. If you can properly introspect about your journey, your life, the experiences you're having, and how you need to assert yourself moving forward. So if this is properly reviewed, where is it leading us to? We have the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Hierophant. So Pisces, where you're being really sucked dry, that's changing. Where you're in a lot of emotional heartache, mental turmoil about just different situations and relationships where you've been really taken advantage of, or it's like completely blocked, cut off, shut out. All of that type of energy, when you come into the understanding of why these things have happened, how it was growing you, where, you know, it brings about your own personality or character weaknesses, where you need to become more empowered within yourself, assert yourself, create boundaries, you know, that give and take, learning the balance of that, the ebb and flow of relationships. It's taking you out of that energy where you're not sad anymore. You're not feeling blocked. You're not feeling disconnected. You don't feel like you're putting in all the work and not getting anything back. Okay, and look at this. It's 3, 4, 5. Pisces, yes. It's an end to troubled relationships, I feel, primarily. Whether it's friend, family, business, coworker, lover, it's an end to just a lot of challenging aspects to relationships, and you're coming into new understanding, which brings about this healing and freedom. And it's like wish come true. So let's pull some outcome cards here. So we have playfulness and we have wishing. Yes, Pisces, much happier on the other side of all of this retrograde energy. The very next card out, wow, oh my God, look at this. If I kept pulling, look at, we have Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, Two of Cups. Yes, this is all about relationships for Pisces and the restoration of harmony. New relationships coming in that are loving, are supportive, are there for you. You also being a better friend, a better lover, a better partner. Big time changes in your relationships with other people, whether romantic or otherwise, okay? And we're so much happier. Like I said, there's this wish coming true. And look at all of this cups energy right here. All about the relationships for Pisces, this retrograde energy. So, you know, come Virgo season, Libra season, things are going to be changing, and definitely big changes by the end of the year in your relationships, Pisces. Look at that. So lovely and beautiful. We have the star and the wish card here. That's a wish times 2. Playful, we're happy, and we're connected. And some of you that have been estranged from different family members, this is like a reconnection. Some of you, this is a reconnection of some sort of romantic partnership, okay? And this time, it's the real deal, because you've grown and that person has grown, and now is the proper time for the two of you to come together. So, Pisces, those are your reading. Those are your readings. Those are your messages for this retrograde cycle. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.